Okay, think about the last meal that really truly comforted you. Got it? Now imagine that one meal, that single taste of home, is the only thing tethering you to a world that's been completely torn apart. Today, we're going deep on food, but we're not just talking about recipes. We're talking about survival, memory, and defiance, all served on a single plate in the middle of chaos.
Seriously, take a second. What is it for you? Is it a soup your grandmother used to make? The smell of a certain spice? Maybe it's a big family dinner you'd have on the weekends. That taste, that smell, it's so much more than just food, isn't it? It's a feeling. It's a place.
Yeah, because when everything else is stripped away, that connection, that taste of home, of who you are, suddenly becomes one of the most precious things you have left. It's a lifeline. So, how does a simple meal get to be so powerful? Well, to really get why it's so critical during a conflict, we've got to first appreciate what it means in times of peace. You see, food isn't just fuel for our bodies, it's one of the absolute cornerstones of our culture. I mean, think of it like a language. It's how we identify ourselves, right? Shared meals bring communities together, they reinforce those bonds. And recipes. Recipes carry entire histories within them. It's how we pass down our traditions from one generation to the next, literally weaving together the fabric of a society. And that is exactly why taking it away is so catastrophic. War doesn't just threaten our physical survival. It launches this systematic assault on our very humanity, trying to cut us off from the roots of who we are. And when you put it side by side like this, wow, the contrast is it's stark. Everything that food represents in peacetime, comfort, community, identity, gets completely inverted by war. It turns into a source of anxiety, a symbol of dislocation, and a reminder of just how powerless you are. And this goes so much deeper than just being hungry. The psychological toll is immense. That constant fear of not having enough food leads to this rising anxiety, this obsessive focus on just making it to the next day. And that can eclipse everything else, stripping away a huge part of your identity. But, and this is so important, this is where the story turns. Because people fight back. Not always with weapons, but with what they have. With pots and pans and the memory of a taste. The kitchen, it can become a quiet but powerful front line of resistance. This brings us to this really incredible concept, culinary preservation. It's the conscious, deliberate act of keeping your food traditions alive, no matter what. This isn't just about cooking dinner, you know? It's a defiant statement that says you cannot erase us. You cannot take away who we are. And this isn't some abstract theory. It's done through real, tangible actions. People go to incredible lengths to save ancestral seeds, to secretly share family recipes. They get wildly creative, recreating beloved dishes with whatever substitutes they can find. And maybe most importantly, they pass that culinary memory on. They tell the stories. And that right there, that just perfectly captures the whole idea. In a world where you feel like you have absolutely no control over anything, the act of preparing a meal, even a humble, modified one, is an act of reclaiming your power. It creates this tiny sanctuary where your culture, your identity is still in charge. Okay, so to make this all really hit home, let's look at one of the most just harrowing examples out there, the Siege of Leningrad during World War II. 899 days. Just try to wrap your head around that. For nearly 2.5 years, the city was completely cut off from the outside world. No supply routes. The scale of the deprivation it's almost impossible to imagine. And this is what survival actually looked like. Rye flour for bread was mixed with sawdust. People scraped wallpaper off walls to boil down the paste for some kind of substance. They foraged for anything, bark, roots, pine needles. I mean, we're not just talking about being resourceful here. This is resilience on a whole other level. And this quote, man, it just says it all. The point wasn't what the food tasted like, right? The significance was in the shared struggle. The simple communal act of preparing and eating together became this powerful refusal to give up, a way to fight back against absolute despair. So let's zoom back out for a second. When you look at a story like that, what does it really tell us about the human condition? Well, it reveals something about the profound, enduring power of food. I mean, think about it. On a really deep level, when your world is pure chaos, just the simple act of cooking a meal, that's you imposing order. It's an existential act.
It's you creating a moment of meaning when none seems to exist.
And on a psychological level, it's an anchor. Our senses of taste and smell are so hardwired to memory and emotion. A familiar taste can instantly transport you back to a time of safety, of comfort. It can be a brief escape from trauma, and sharing it, well, that builds solidarity. And you can kind of think of it like this. A single bite of food is never just one thing. It's this complex experience packed with memory and emotion and identity. And in the darkest of times, a single bite can even taste like resilience. It can taste like hope. So here's the bottom line. The story of food in conflict is about so much more than just hunger. It's a powerful testament to the human spirit, to our incredible resilience, our creativity, and our deep, unwavering need to hold on to who we are. Which I guess leaves us with one last question to chew on. If food is this living record of our history, our families, and our culture, what story does your plate tell?